It is 7:21 and Bruce Mayhew is here. He's a corporate trainer. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're talking about how to deal with millennials in the workplace because I know I'm in my early 40s and my contemporaries who are hiring millennials, we've had these conversations where they're like, I don't understand them. They're completely different. What is the millennials, first of all, are in their 20s.
You're right. They're in their 20s now. They could be late teens, but they're actually moving into their early 20s. So generally saying a 25-year-old is a millennial.
Okay, and so why are they hard to understand for someone who's outside their bracket? What are their expectations in the workplace?
Well, certainly their expectations are something that we have to be thinking about. Their expectations are more immediate, so they're faster running. They've been rewarded very quickly all the way through their life, so they're used to that. They've also been given a lot of opportunity through their life. They've traveled well, they've had great education, they've been rewarded to think outside the box. And so that's kind of what they want to continue. And some of the struggle is that the big bubble in the workforce that is there and has been there for a long time are boomers.
Right.
And we think a little bit slower, not because we're slow, but we just, but we've been rewarded.
Anyone who's pre, Blackberries and internet,
right.
I'm Gen X, and that wasn't involved in my life until well into my career, and so I'm the same as you, where it's more of that sort of, we are the tortoise and they are the hare.
Well, yeah, everything worked a little bit slower. Like technology was much slower when I was 19 than it is right now. And we've gone through a workforce, we've paid our dues, we've worked through our careers, and everybody that we've had to work with has been a boomer with us, or Gen Xer perhaps, but we've just always played in the same sandbox with the same type of people, and now we have a new crew coming in, and so now we have to figure that out.
And that's partly our fault as Gen Xers and baby boomers who've raised the millennials, because we praised them, we told them they're amazing, they can do anything, and we've had to work at the same job or work as interns, for example, for years getting no pay, but we don't want our kids to do that. I mean, I teach my child, I go, go for it, you can do anything.
Exactly.
And a lot of times as well in different sporting arenas, kids are not told they don't have to worry about winning or losing. Everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner.
So tell us how to deal with it. You say that millennials are like bears.
Well, we have to sort of take a look at the reward system, and instead of just the needs of the company, which is what boomers are really good at doing, right? What are the project needs? What are the needs of the company? We have to take a look at the needs of the individual and the feelings of the individual. And that's something that we've not done a lot within a corporate environment, is think about individual needs and individual feelings. And part of that is not only around the millennials. We certainly need to try to figure out what their motivations are, their needs and their feelings. But we also, as boomers, have to understand what our needs and our feelings are and why we're acting the way that we are. So if we can work the boomers so that they understand how they're working and why they're working.
But how difficult is that? Because essentially, depending on the size of the office, that manager has to be very cognizant of everyone's needs and desires and everything else like that. How difficult is it to do that and to really make everyone happy at the end of the day and still maintain your own standards of what you expect on a personal level?
It's not that difficult, really. It's learning a few basic listening skills and being really aware of why you communicate the way that you do, but also taking a look at, as a group, for example, millennials, and understanding generally why they work the way that they work and some of the reward systems. After that, I think it becomes quite simple, where you can have 10-minute meetings with one of your associates and really get an understanding of what's important to them and how to move a project along.
Bruce, can you talk a little bit about the rewards to a company if you treat millennials in such a way that they're productive? Because I'm a big fan of this generation. I think they're super well informed, super well connected, but the misconception is that they're lazy and they don't want to pay their dues.
Right. Absolutely. The reward systems are really interesting because they can be really financially viable and for a company. So if you treat a millennial as a boomer, for example, and it's time for raises to come out, right? So if I give a millennial $5,000 cash raise, which half of that's going to be tax grabbed back anyways, that's a way that we as boomers think that that's going to be a great reward system. But if you take a look at it from a millennial who wants a little bit more work time flexibility, who wants a little bit more opportunity to learn within their job environment. And those are two really big things for millennials, is they always want to be learning, because we always taught our kids that, you know, learn, grow, do more, right? And we always took them to great places. So if we could actually give them a $2,000 raise as an example, but give them a little bit more work time flexibility, right? Or give them an opportunity to take a course and to learn something that's related to their job, but that is going to expand their horizons. It's going to be financially cheaper for the company, but you're also going to be motivating that younger person way more, and they're going to see you as the company investing into their future and investing into them. So they'll want to stick around.
Still more loyalty for sure.
Exactly, and that's one of the big complaints around millennials, is that they're not loyal to the organization. Well, they're not loyal because they don't feel that they're being recognized and given the opportunities to grow. So what do? They go and look somewhere else for that opportunity to grow.
Because they can.
Yes,
Right.
they can.
And we have to deal with it, because this is the workforce.
Right.
So we can't expect them to change. We're going to have to adapt as well.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. So interesting. Bruce Mayhew, he's a corporate trainer. Nice talking to you this morning.
Great being here.